Good morning, everyone. I'm Ece Hr, and I'm the instructor who's going to be teaching the Human Resources course for early childhood educators. I've been teaching for 14 years with NSCC, and prior to teaching, I used to work in early intervention services in Cumberland County. And once upon a time, many years ago, I also taught preschool. So I have an EC background as well from NSCC. That's kind of where my career began, was teaching preschool and daycare. I also had some exposure in primary classrooms. And after a little bit of time doing that, I really had a passion for children with special needs, so I started working more in community services and with early intervention for an 11-year career, actually. I started out back in '99, I think, and did that for a number of years and eventually left early intervention as the director. So I have experience in management of staff and partnerships with stakeholders and community, working in a lot of daycare settings. Some of you probably remember me if you're in Cumberland County when I used to visit kids at the daycare. But I eventually came to NSCC to teach, and I've been teaching for 14 years, human services programs and psychology, and the last 8 years has been all business-related courses, so a lot of management courses and communications courses, and I teach HR both face-to-face and online, so lots of broad experience both in service and in management. When I was asked to do this, I thought this will be fun for me to go back to my roots a little bit and apply HR to the human service sector and to work with early childhood leaders who understand that human service work is about the keyword service, right? Service to the staff, service to the family, service to community. So in understanding human resources, it's not a whole lot of a different stretch in terms of serving humans. So I often like to regard human resources as the people who look after the people. And in your case, it's looking after your staff as well as the children and families. So how human resources is done, how leadership is done, how labor relations and union contracts are done, how staff support, professional development, staff recognition, policies and procedures that really govern what you do in favor of a healthy workplace. Those are all human resource issues that ultimately lead back to the main goal of looking after your people, as well as protecting the organization, protecting us from a legal framework, a liability framework, and to making sure that the policies and documents that we implement align with the legislation, human rights or equity legislation, the labor standards, which says, you must give these minimum standards for staff, whether that's breaks or lunch hours or stat holidays or whatnot. So huge field. HR is a huge field. We're just going to kind of touch the iceberg piece of it, the tip of the iceberg, to begin to look at some different practices that leaders can use in their settings to improve the work world, improve policies, connect more with staff, make staff, a little bit more content to come to work. Better culture, better climate often leads to more productivity and retention, or ideally that's the goal. So that's a little bit about me. The course is really structured for 4 weeks. It's tight. Every week you have sort of a few things to do, whether it be a quiz or a mini assignment, or discussion posts each week. Some weeks have more than 1 or 2 items, and that's just because it's so condensed. We want to give you as much as we can without being overwhelming. I've put everything due on basically the Sunday, but you've got the week, so if Tuesday's better for you or Friday's better for you, I'm not concerned about the due dates, only that we kind of get the workload underway and completed. If you have questions, reach out. I'm highly accessible via email and on discussion board. Probably each day I'll be popping in and checking our Brightspace. So reach out to me, connect, ask questions, connect with each other, and welcome to the course. I'm really happy to be starting this journey with you. Thanks very much and have a great 4 weeks.